Whether you plan to record videos for YouTube or live stream, or even if you're just having a video call with your family, one of the most important things you can do is have good audio. Now, I'm no audio expert, and you may not be either, but I can tell the difference between good audio and bad audio. Now, the way I combat this is I did invest in a pretty fancy, expensive microphone, but you don't have to do that. Fortunately, I was given the opportunity to review a low-cost alternative from FiFine Technology. So we'll go take a look at this microphone and see how it performs. But first, let's get it out of the box. Okay, so here we are. It's a nice little box that is, it's very simple, just very plain. It's got the name of the company on the side, and a little bit of product information there. So let's go ahead and crack this open and see what we get. First off, we've got a user's guide. This is the K669 version, and it's got some instructions here talking about, the volume control. Tells you the correct placement of it. This is a cardioid pattern. You can rotate it, and there's some instructions on how to get that up. We'll go through that in a moment if we need to. Another little, just like a bookmark, gives you some social media stuff for the company. A little protective foam here, and then we get to the actual microphone itself. Look at that. It's a nice looking microphone. Okay, so I can see it looks like we've got a little bit of a little tripod here. And we do have the microphone, which has the stand. It looks like it's got a good connector that you can put onto a microphone arm, looks like. And looks like the cord is connected. So hopefully it's a hefty cord, because if the cord goes bad, then we'd be having to get a new microphone. But at the price, it's not that bad. So yeah, so there's your volume knob, and it looks like we'll be talking straight into it, straight this way. You don't want to point it at you or things like that. But we'll go over that in a little bit. And it does rotate on this little thing so you can position. Got a little bit of a knob here so you can adjust. So, and it's a standard USB. And let's take a look at the tripod. Doesn't feel like a super heavy duty tripod, although it's not too bad. So it does fit in there. It goes out. It locks pretty well in place when it's out there. And so yeah, so that's what we get in the box. So let's go ahead and get this thing put together, plugged into the computer, and see how it sounds. Okay, so now that we've got it out of the box and we've got it all set up, so it's sitting here on its tripod. It's a very sturdy tripod, it really is. And you can actually rotate it here, and also you can loosen the knob and rotate it this way to adjust it to whatever position that you prefer. Now, I did find that this is a little loose sometimes, and the cord movement can actually adjust it, but there's a little black ring down at the bottom that you can tighten to lock it in place so that it doesn't move around with the cord motion. So that's a nice little touch. And you can actually remove the ring completely and take the microphone out of the stand. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but the cord is connected, so that does kind of keep it from being able to use without this connection. But the good news is this connection does actually work with a boom arm, similar to what I use with my other microphone. So this all works just fine, and it's very simple. It's just a single volume knob here. Turn it counterclockwise to decrease the volume, and clockwise to increase the volume. And you definitely want to make sure that you're talking, basically make sure the volume knob is pointing at you and the company logo, and you talk in here, because that's the greatest pickup. And it is set up only to pick up from that direction. There's no additional settings like you find on some of the fancier, more expensive microphones to do anything like that. But for the use of just capturing your own voice for YouTube videos or video calls, this works perfect. This is exactly what you'd want. Even though my fancy microphone has all sorts of different settings, the setting that this one has is what my microphone has been on from the beginning, and it stays on and will probably always stay on. So this is an absolutely excellent microphone for what we want it to do. So I'm not talking on it right now because I've been handling it. I didn't want to have any crazy sounds, but I know you guys want to go and hear how it sounds. So let's actually go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I'm actually talking on the microphone right here sitting in front of me, and so we can go see I'm still sitting here where I normally do. I'm no longer talking on this thing. I'm talking on the microphone like right out here in front of me. So it's a little out of frame, but it's right there. And so this is what you're hearing. So we can decrease the volume to where it's almost nothing, and you can go up way too high. But I found about a third of the way up is actually working well for me, but you can adjust all of this on the microphone, also in whatever recording software that you're using, or even in your my dog's getting into it here. You can even adjust it in the settings of your actual computer. So and I did nothing to actually set this up except to choose to use this as the microphone for this recording. There was no drivers to install. There was nothing. I plugged it in and it was there ready to go. So I think this is an excellent microphone, honestly, and for the price, it was listed for right around $30 on Amazon. That's an excellent price. It's one of the lowest cost microphones. It's built really well. It's got a really nice feel to it. And honestly, the audio, I think, is pretty good. One thing I did notice is it does record in mono. So if you're looking for stereo, you might want to look for something else. But again, for many uses and for a good introductory microphone, I think this is actually a really good option. And it is certainly better than this, the built-in desktop. So I think that's going to do it. Honestly, I do think this is an excellent option for anybody who's looking for a microphone for getting started on making YouTube videos, or even for voice calling with family and friends using Skype or some other voice call service through their computer. I definitely recommend it. So that's going to do it for this video. If you're interested in getting one of these microphones for yourself, there is a listing for Amazon down in the description below. So what do you think? Would you like to see me do more of these videos where we talk about the technology involved in being successful on YouTube, or even some other tips on YouTube? So just let me know in the comments. Also, we do talk about these guys, the Transformers, quite a bit on this channel. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click subscribe. And that's all we're going to be talking about right now. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.